Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. God has given us unlimited treasures in His Word. Every time we open it, we can discover a new treasure or admire an old one. What will we find today? Here's Carla Early with Treasure Hunt in the Word.
When I was in college, the people in the apartment next door were disgusting. They left food out, didn't clean anything, and didn't care for anything. I never met the people or saw the inside of their apartment, so how did I make this judgment? Because we shared a wall with them. And when I turned on the light in the kitchen, cockroaches fled into every crevice. When I complained to the apartment manager, that's what she told me about our neighbors. My roommate and I sprayed down everything with Raid, stored all food in the fridge or microwave, and had a shoe ready every time we turned the light on. Cockroaches really don't like light, and if you ask me, it's because they're evil. Of course, my daughter, the bug lover, would tell me that they don't like light because they know I'm out to kill them if I can see them. But they serve as a good example of what Jesus was talking about in John 3:17-21. It starts out, "He who believes is not condemned, but he who does not believe is condemned already, because he has not believed in the name of the only begotten Son of God." The world deserved judgment, but the first time Jesus came, it was to bring salvation for the world as a lamb. The second time, he'll come as a lion. God didn't send Jesus into the world because he was angry and wanted to judge the world. His love motivated him to save us from his wrath. This world has only two types of people, believers and unbelievers. Ones who have faith in God and his work of salvation, and ones who have decided to go it alone. The worst sinner can be saved just by believing. But the best person you've ever met, if they don't believe, they're just one heartbeat away from hell. There's no sin worse than rejecting God's precious gift of salvation that he's paid for with his own blood on the cross. Now here's the part about light. It says, "And this is the condemnation, that the light has come into the world, and men loved darkness rather than light because their deeds were evil." Jesus came as the light of the world. God had given the Jews signs to look for, so they should have recognized their Messiah. And the Jewish leaders knew Jesus was from God, according to Nicodemus. But they loved their hypocritical system that they were in charge of, and they didn't want to change. The light Jesus had shone on their deeds only made them angry, and they plotted and schemed to do more sin. This was their choice to react to the light and stay in darkness, like cockroaches. But those who had lived in sin and darkness, like tax collectors, prostitutes, and other sinners, saw the light that Jesus brought and gravitated to him like moths. They wanted to change their way, and God gladly gave them the power to do so. Jesus continued by saying, "For everyone practicing evil hates the light and does not come to the light, lest his deeds should be exposed. But he who does the truth comes to the light, that his deeds may be clearly seen, that they have been done in God." When Nicodemus came to Jesus, he came with a hungry heart. Jesus turned on the light, and we know from later testimony that Nicodemus received the truth, whether during that encounter or later. When we read the Bible, listen to a sermon, or meditate on a verse, God shines a light in our heart. Now that might be rather uncomfortable for us if we have something to hide, some sin that's been lurking about, because that light is convicting. One reason unbelievers don't like to come to church or read the Bible is because they know that the light will shine in their sin, and they don't necessarily want to get rid of it. So they react like cockroaches. As believers, we should desire to be scrutinized and purified. We should say, as King David said, "Search me, O God, and know my heart. Try me and know my thoughts, and see if there is any wicked way in me, and lead me to the way everlasting." Has God been shining a light in your heart? What has he found? Do you run and get angry like the Pharisees and cockroaches in my apartment? Or do you allow God to purify your heart and make you more like Him?
You can contact us at treasurehuntintheword@gmail.com. We'd love to hear the treasures God has given you through His Word. You can listen to other episodes on our website, which you can find in the description below. Thank you for listening, and remember, where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.